As you guys might have seen over the last no, as you guys might have seen a few weeks ago, I released a video of my Planet Coaster 2 park, and it was quite unthemed at the time, but I'm back today with episode 2 and I've done a lot more work. And today I'm going to be showing you that work. Here it comes here. Wow, look at that. I'm also going to be finally walking you through this entire layout of the sit-down coaster, and showing you guys all of the custom supports I've done. But the area is definitely not finished yet, but I'm going to be showing you through everything which is finished so far. So as you guys might remember, last time you'd walk up these stairs, which before looked very empty. But now there's some different levels of terrain. This is just a base for where the entrance is gonna go. Now there's different levels of terrain here, so it all looks a lot nicer, rather than just it being flat. But I don't know if you remember, before the entrance was way over there, but now I've moved the entrance to right here. But we're gonna do a queue-line walk in a bit. Anyway, you continue your way down here, and you get this really nice interaction with the stall. Like, it looks pretty cool in my opinion. And we'll go check out the queue line first, I think, because it's not completely finished yet, but I'll show you all the finished parts. So we've got this little kettle pen part here, which has just got some, I think it's Rip Rock, I think it's called. It's like when they put stuff behind, like the metal chain in front of the rocks. It's like used at beaches because this coaster's set at a beach. And then you come round to here, where you've got this nice rock pool here with bubbling water, and a pretty cool surprise, and also a really nice view of the top hat, which is what I really wanted with this view here. But wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Whoa, there it is. When the ride launches up the top hat, oh, it's gone. A Kraken hand is gonna come out, and then it's gonna splash back into the ground and go, woof. I think that's pretty cool. I like that effect. The queue line is obviously not done still. I just want to show you the parts which are finished so far. But here's a little sneak peek into what the area is currently looking like. I mean, it is 100%. And I think it's looking pretty good. I really like the viewpoint. I'm glad I moved the queue line over to here because I just think it looks a whole lot better. and you just get some really nice views of the coaster coming overhead. And obviously alongside you at the launch track. Whoa! And this is all I've done for the queue line so far, because by next episode there's going to be a whole indoor part of the queue line, which is going to start from there. Anyway, now that I've shown you the part of the queue line which I've done so far, let's continue round. So we've got a town part which I've begun work on, but the buildings are not finished yet. I don't really like them at the moment, and I've tried to do a lighthouse, which that's not looking too good. But we're gonna show that next episode when that area is fully done. But along here, you've got some really nice rock work and trees and nature. I think I just wanted it to be very in nature and overgrown, this coaster. And you've got some really nice viewpoints of just the coaster itself. Here it goes into that launch. And something you may have noticed. Oh, fuck. Awkward. Awkward. And something you may have noticed is this river rapids, which wasn't there last episode, but I can show you some parts of that as well. I mean, look at this. This is pretty epic. That's nice. One thing that you might notice is that I've removed the third launch on the coaster and replaced it for an airtime hill, just because I thought it made the launch go through the stall a bit too fast, and when I slowed down the launch there was basically no point in having it anyway. It was basically as fast as Icon's launches. But anyway, we got up here, we've got these nice custom fences, we've got some lights and some electrical cables where you can get some more lovely views of the ride area. And yeah, this rock work took a long time. I wanted it to look like a rock pool that has been emptied, like drained of all the water in the rock pool. That's kind of the aim I'm going for. And it is all because that pesky Kraken, where is he? You can't see him from here. But anyway, yeah, the Kraken has stolen all the water at the beach. And that's the goal, to try and get the lifeboat to get all the water back. Which is a bit of a silly theme, but I think it's kind of fun. We've got this nice view here of that stool, and I've added a nice smoke effect where you go into it. Maybe it needs to be a bit higher because I don't even think it reaches the train, but yeah, I'm really liking how this is looking at the moment. And finally, I can. Oh yeah, oh my toes coaster's coming. And finally, I can give you this finished view of what this area's looking like. Well, this half of the area, because it's not all done, just this half of the area, and it is looking really nice. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this is looking at the moment. I just think it all looks pretty cool. One area which isn't technically accessible by paths is this backstage area which I've started on here. I just thought it's be more realistic to have this as an evacuation point if the launch fails, and also an evacuation point for the river rapids, so it kind of doubles up as like a 2-for-1. And I know I keep showing you guys this same angle, but yeah, it gives you a nice view of an angle which the public wouldn't really be able to see usually. As you can see, the station, as you can see, the station and indoor section of the ride is not yet done. And this is what I have done so far, but by next episode, all of this should be done here. And I'll be able to give you guys a full tour of the river rapids, because this is literally the first you guys are seeing of it, but I'm planning on it looking really cool by the end. Well, obviously, I want it to look really cool, but extra cool. In the parts of it which are finished, this is what I've done so far. I'll show you this. You go just around the ride's top hat and you're covered in all these rocks, and I'm gonna have some nice water effects shooting out from the rocks where you just get a bit more wet, because I haven't done any of the actual getting wet on the ride. I've more just done the scenery around it. Heading up that lift hill which I showed you before with the evacuation point, and then you just go along this straight piece of water, and I believe it's actually going through the launch now. There it is. Way. There he goes. Oh no, there's a drop. Ah! You go down this nice drop and then into a cave section where there's some water spraying on you from the waterfall, and then that nice squirting water effect there. And then there'll be a indoor cave section to the right, which will continue probably exiting the cave over by that lift hill over there. That's all I want to show you for the river rapids now, before I show you it completely finished. But I think you guys have waited long enough. I think it's finally time to walk you guys through the layout of this ride. The ride begins with a dive indoors. Well, it's currently outdoors, but it will be indoors. Well, you'll have a cave scene indoors where you're like escaping this cave, and then you'll go out, and here is all the finished parts. We've got the launch, we've got a nice fire effect here for when you go over the launch. You've got a 0G roll. You guys have seen all of this stuff. And then we've got that interaction with the pathway, which is now all fully custom supported. Into this cool launch with the Kraken and the top hat. Oh yeah. This part of the layout I don't think you guys have seen because I've changed a lot of it since last time, but we've got the vertical loop. This like overbank airtime hill into a barrel roll, an airtime hill, kind of airtime hill, bit of wobbly track, and then another dive into this really intense outer bank. There it goes. And into the best inversion on the ride. Look at that, wow. Into the airtime hills, which was originally the launch. That stall. And then the turnaround over the water. And then the final roll back into the station. But yeah, this is definitely going to be a series where you guys will need to let me know if you want to see more. I haven't done a crazy amount since the last episode, but seeing how this coaster was completely unthemed before, and now it's got all of this, it's a lot. Especially when I'm juggling this, college, and work. But like I said, next episode will be the River Rapids, or I could do the Dark Ride, or the two other coasters which you guys have seen instead. But yeah, you guys will just have to let me know. I'm gonna finish it with a POV of the coaster. I'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Also, there'll be one more surprise at the end of the video after the POV, which you guys are gonna want to see.